And hello, everyone. Good to see you. Hopefully, the connection is working out okay and all that good stuff. But this is internet inspired. So, hopefully, we're connected to the interwebs. So happy to see you. My name is Paul Traney. I'm going to dive into Internet Inspired, where we take the best of the internet and do our own creative spin. And today is all about creating a mashup of two. So let's dive right into it if we can. I will share my screen and feel free to say hello in chat. That'd be fantastic. Hello there. Awesome. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and share with you the two that I will be working in. The two different sort of, I don't know, hot topics that are going on right now. I'm totally into this. So let's switch over really fast. You can see this lovely tweet from Kebby. Bam, there we are. Yeah, just really into this. So this is a mashup. I'm going to take two themes. I see you now, Perez, Christian as well, LinkedIn user. Yeah, good to have you guys. Awesome. John Henry from South Africa. Hey, so I love this. I did a little design on it yesterday. The tweet is from Kebby. Life is so hard, man. I just want to be an animator, illustrator, director, indie game dev, fine artist, writer, and start a cool co-working space all at the same time. So I like this because I could totally relate to it. Yeah, it's like I want to do everything. I see some new, shiny new technology, and yeah, I want to get involved with it. So that's what it's all about, Patrick. So welcome, Patrick. Good to see you as well. So that's one quote. I'm going to make a movie poster with that, and I'm going to do a mashup with also this. Knuckle Bump Farms. Have you guys seen this? This is so funny. I'm just going to plug in my headphones so I can hear it because I think it's hilarious. And that's the mashup. It's this with this lovely video that I'm going to play for you now, and I'm going to listen with you as well.
Becca and Richard. Those are Rias, and those are actually more similar to Emmanuel. Emmanuel, don't do it. Emmanuel, do not do it. Emmanuel. Emmanuel Todd Lopez. Emmanuel.
So funny. I like it. So basically, Emmanuel, the emu, usually comes in and like knocks over the camera and gets involved, which I think that's hilarious. So we're going to mash up both of these, and it's going to be really fun.
Rebecca,
all right, let's switch back. There we are. Cool. So now you know kind of what we're going for. It's like taking two ideas, two current, I don't know if they're trends, basically memes, kind of what's going on, and we'll put them together. First off, we're going to make a poster with this text, and then we'll get Emmanuel involved. So it's going to be cool. And thank you so much for joining me. There's my emu. I already have that, but I'm going to be mainly working in Illustrator. So here's my text, and let's get this party started. If that's cool with you, Susan and Steve. Life's so hard, man. I want to be an animator, illustrator, all the things. I actually already put some of this text right in here. So we're going to make a quick like Instagram post or poster, if you will, using this text, right? You can see it's just myriad. I'll center it. I'll even take this text and center it on the artboard. So right down here, under align, we can click, we can align to artboard, shabam, and then have all of those aligned right in the center, like so. Done. I always turn that back off, or basically turn it on to align to selection, because that's normally what I want to do. Barbara, hello, I see you here from Ireland. How cool is that? So here's my text. I want to make it all caps because I'm going to turn this into a poster. So let's click right down here. Make this all caps. There we are. Looks pretty good. This is what I love, and this is my main point for all of this text, is to use variable text. So myriad variable concept font. So if we twirl this down, you can see all these different versions. I could roll through these. This doesn't really help me out too much. Plus, I just don't like reading because I'm in a visual mode as I'm creating this visual design. We have this little button right next to it. If it's a variable font, you can click on this variable font. You notice how you can control the weight and the width in this case. So I can just go ahead and make it all thicker or thinner. But there's even cooler ones out there. Let's see, variable Acumen, variable concept font. If I twirl this down, Acumen has even more. Because basically I want each line to have a different thickness. So that's the plan. Hello from Santa Monica. Let me know where you guys are from. We got somebody from Atlanta. Ulysses, good to have you. Oh, if you can rate each Adobe editing software. Adobe editing software. What do you mean by editing? When you say editing, I think video. But mine would be Illustrator, Photoshop. Honestly, I'm really into Dimension or Substance 3D Stager for me. But Illustrator, Photoshop, and After Effects probably if I'm thinking even more specifically. Loving this because those are the three we're going to use today. We're having a mashup of software as well. So let's take this one line right up the top. First off, maybe we'll make all of these maybe a little bit larger. Let's crank them up to 100 point. Boom, there we are. And let's just play with this. Animator, we're going to take this word animator. We want this word animator to sort of be the full length. Well, yeah, we can use that variable width font. Make it thinner, make it wider, kind of stretch it out is the idea. And we'll even make all these fonts even larger because I want to it's a poster, so I want to make it big and bad and awesome. Like maybe like that. So hopefully this is making sense as I select this one. Well, let's make the width thinner. And now we can make that fit. And it's cycling through all of those fonts. So it's not squishing the font, because that's the last thing. That's how you tick off a designer, is by squishing a font. But here you can see I'm actually just stretching it out. I'll even make this one, maybe I will make this one bold. And decrease the weight. So again, this is like fun to make a poster this way. Animator, Illustrator, let's maybe make this a little larger just for fun. Maybe, maybe not. Wait for it. I haven't decided. 135. Yeah, there we go. Well, let's just take this. We're going to actually kind of stretch this out a little bit more. Let's take Illustrator. Maybe this font will be bigger, actually. Take that back. 140. Maybe even a little larger, like so. Same thing for Illustrator. Maybe we want it to be just as big, but thinner. Changing the weight. And I'll worry about the spacing in a little bit. So that's the idea. Hello, Alexander. How you doing, buddy? Art director, make that nice and thick. This one, of course, is going to be thinner, right? Thinning that up. Still spacing out the width, right? So they're all kind of going to have just different weights, widths, and even slants if I want to. Let's take this one. Let's make it a little larger. We'll take this one. Increase the width, decrease the weight. Ooh, let's do a combo here. So we'll make this one, because this is what we want to emphasize, is writer. There we go. Kind of like that. Taking this down. Look at that. And start a cool co-working space. These are all the things that I want to do. Can you guys relate at all? Ooh, Alexander just got back from Paris for a training day. That sounds fun. I have my neighbors are actually in Paris right now, so that's pretty darn awesome. So again, we kind of have the fundamentals for a poster, which is super cool, right? We could even take this. We could have some more fun with it. Let's duplicate this. Let's lock this down. Let's lock down all of our text, actually. And we'll make this smaller. Let's just try this out for fun. What do we have? 10 different lines? 1, 2, wait, steps we want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Okay, let's try this. Yeah, let's just do this. Let's do it, folks. We're just going to use the blend tool. And we'll add 7 steps in between. Boom. And let's also take this and break it apart. So we will expand the appearance. And now we have all these like different blocks, just so you know. Bear with me as I jump in here and pick some different colors. Again, we're just making a fun poster. Oh, too bright, too bright. Can't read that text. So anyways, that's just a thought for all the colors. Maybe it needs it, maybe it doesn't. So yeah, maybe I go with that. Maybe I go with this original one. I'll actually kind of fix the spacing on all of this, right? Because that's what I need to do. Let's move all this down into place. Like so. Yeah, there we are. Say you're not crazy about the color scheme, and then I'm going to get into the other theme in a second. But if you're not crazy about the color theme, we can tighten that up because I certainly feel like I need to, right? So let's select all of these. We will go into edit colors and recolor artwork because there's not a lot of unity to these colors, right? I can go in and make them complementary, for instance, split complementary, right? Just trying different options for this. And maybe I don't want it. Let's reset it back to the beginning. Go into edit. And anytime you have colors that don't seem unified, they might not have the same brightness or shading, right? Or the hue might be off. So basically it's those three things. But even in here, right, I could lock them all down, but I don't want to. I want to actually make sure they're all on like the same sort of circular spot, if you will. None of them's more intense than the other, right? So they're all equidistant from the edge is what I'm doing. Okay, so that's the idea. That's how you can kind of create some unity with your colors, right? And you can see it's kind of leveled it out. That like looks much better, right? And again, I'm just kind of tweaking this one accordingly. We'll click OK. Yeah. Thoughts? Hey, let's roll with it again. Let me know. I always... Awesome. Let's lock this down, actually. Let's go back in here and let's just adjust this. And now I'm just going to kind of eye this and get like just a fun color scheme. What I need to do is I like it like this. I think I was in the right spot. Maybe. Ooh. Let's say, for instance, you have too many colors in here. Well, we can go back into assign, and rather than doing an auto, don't give me all, 7, 8, 9 colors. Maybe give me 5 colors. Watch what's going to happen. Starts to consolidate those and consolidated these 3 colors into one, into that red. So maybe that'll work. Maybe you want more variety. You move that one up, right? So this one, maybe we'll move this one up. So it's kind of more split or more even. Let's move that one up there, depending on what we're working with, right? So that's the idea. Let's unlock that. All right, cool. Done. Yeah, that works. Sure, why not? We could save this. You ready for this? We're going to take this to the next level because this is only the first theme and this is all about a mashup, right? And again, I'm still not crazy about the colors. I might even just change it to a solid background because I still have that back here. But what I want to do is I actually want to animate this, right? So that's going to get really fun. Start to take a look at this and I'm going to animate it in After Effects because this is not only... I even like it one solid color. I'm going to be honest with you. Or even a gradient. Why didn't you guys tell me? Say, Paul, you should make that a gradient. What a great idea. Let's do that. Wait for it. Wait for it. Maybe it's a little hot, but again, just a different look entirely as I just kind of take a look at this. Okay, so we have this all kind of squared away. We're working in Illustrator. We have this done. This is just called Mashup 3. I'm going to save it. And I'm probably going to be changing those colors anyways. But let's go into After Effects, shall we? And if you are just joining me, this is internet inspired, where I take some cool whatever's happening on the internet. In this case, it's this quote that I turned into a poster. Now I'm getting into this part where you have this little character, Emmanuel, who's an emu.
Emmanuel, every time. Don't do it.
Like interrupting. So I like the idea of having a poster and then having this emu head pop up in the middle of the poster, like in the middle of an animation that I make. So here I am in Illustrator. Here I am in Photoshop, just so you know. A mashup of apps. Guess what? We got a magic button here. Let's try this. Remove background. Click. Oh, thank you very much. You removed the background. Oh, what's this? Layer mask? Let's just double click on that. And let's use our Refine Edge tool to kind of just get rid of the blue of the sky. Zip, zip, zip. Zoop, zoop, zoop. Like that. And also, I will shift the edge in a little bit more. So see what happens there? Kind of shifts it in so we can grab more of that blue of the sky, right? So that's what we have. We'll click OK. Boom. Let's trim this up. Thank you so much for joining me. Just the transparent pixels, that's all I need, right? I could even crop this a little bit more, like so. But we have a manual now. Again, this is Adobe stock image. Export. Let's just do a quick save for web. Because I'm going to make sure this is a ping file, right? Ping 24 looks great. It's mighty large. Doesn't matter. We'll click save. We'll output this to the desktop. Emmanuel. Always interrupting our posters. Or our animation. As this text is being animated on, Emmanuel jumps in. So again, we'll try this out. Here I am in After Effects now. Let me know if you have questions. Yeah, workflow tips. I'm all about it. So thank you, Melody. Appreciate that. So here we are just in After Effects, because this is where I'm going to animate my poster. Okay. So we will go to my desktop. Where's my file? It's somewhere out here. Mashup number 3. There it is. Let's just drag that into After Effects. And from here, it's like, yeah, let's make that Illustrator file, turn it into a composition and separate out all the layers. Oh, thank you so much. There it is. Separated out all the layers, including the one that I had turned off, because I'm like, well, do I want the bars? Do I not want the bars? Do I want to do something different with the bars? Maybe do they need to have sort of an overlay mode to them? That's kind of nice. And now I can animate this. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to animate this, and we're also going to get my buddy. There's Emmanuel. Popping his head in. I don't know. I think it's hilarious. And I hope you do as well. There it is. Zip. Ooh, did I probably keyed out a little bit too much of him. Let me make sure. Let me drop that in. Looks, yeah, it's about the same. So I might have keyed out a little bit too much of this guy, but that's okay. He's going to be popping his head in because that's hilarious, right? Halfway through the animation, right? So yeah, let's change the position. So we'll twirl this down. We'll go to position, right? This is the final position. So maybe like 8 seconds through. Click that little stopwatch saying, hey, at this point in time, you're going to be right here. Guess what? At the beginning, you're going to be off the screen. So it's going to be like this. Ooh. Emmanuel, don't do it. Don't mess with my poster. Don't do it. And notice how it actually does a hard stop. Oh, not crazy about that. Emmanuel doesn't work that way. He kind of smoothly rolls in. So what do? We easy ease. Let's go to keyframe, cancel. Right click, keyframe assistant, easy ease. So it's going to slow down as it reaches that final point, right? Slow down. And I could tweak that all in the graph editor as well. But this is pretty funny. It's like, I don't know. Maybe he goes down, right? Maybe he goes, Okay, so we have that animation going, right? And we'll even type in some text later, but I'm going to turn this off just so it doesn't get distracting, because I need to animate all this text going in, because you're supposed to read the text, and halfway through, it's this situation, like we just showed. Sorry, I do not have. You know, the situation with the lady, right? Halfway through her talking, she yeah, pops into place. So nonetheless, let's go ahead and take all of these layers. I want to animate all of them, and they're all slowly gonna sort of fade in. So right down here, we're gonna hit T for opacity, right? And it's all set to 100. So about 1 second in, it's gonna be 100%. So all I need to do is click this little stopwatch. Bam! Oh, thank you so much. It added all of these lovely keyframes at 100%. We'll scrub back. We'll say, hey, at the beginning of each one of these timelines, we want it to be 0. So we'll just type in 0. Bam, there they are. So now they all go from 0 to 100. They slowly fade in. Maybe we can even have them move. Hey, let's have some fun. Position. Bam. Position here. Move it down a touch. Zoop. Just ever so slightly. Now they move into place like that. And we'll even add some easy ease. Why not? Again, this is my Illustrator file, which blows me away. Zoop, like that. Now let's stagger all of them, shall we? Yeah, I think we shall. What a great idea. Going in here. And we'll just kind of move each one in about a half a second. Move it in half a second. So, zoop, zoop. Zoop, zoop, zoop. Sorry, you don't need to hear me. Let's fix this a little bit. We're going to tighten this up even more. Half a second, half a second, half a second, half a second. And this timing is just something you're going to have to play with. There we go. Let's try that. You ready? Let's turn on a manual now as well. Ready? He's a little large, so let's just take down the scale. Just like that. Would you say creating text in Illustrator is easier than After Effects? No, Morgan, you're on the right track. If you want full control over your text and want really specific editing, then do it in Illustrator. Otherwise, you can use After Effects. Because what does she say? She says a manual down here. So yeah, let's go ahead and add some text in here. Right, with the text tool, click E. What is happening with that? Oop, oop, boop. Get rid of that. There we are. Oh, I misspelled it. Did I misspell E-M-M-A-N-U-E-L? There you are. So yeah, I pretty much have a lot of the same controls, right? Under paragraph, you're going to see this exact same panel in Illustrator. For paragraph and character. It's the same stuff. So you have a lot of control in After Effects when it comes to text. And you can animate individual characters. So you have more flexibility with text when it comes to After Effects. In fact, you even have animation presets. A lot of these, look at all these text ones. Animate in, right? We won't get carried away in here, but like we could have each letter fade in, fade up characters if we want to, right? And yeah, so that's how that works. Oh, there we go. 1. That's why. There we go. Fixed it. Let's give it a little bit of a stroke. And exclamation point, because it's hilarious. So when he comes up, there it is. There's my text. And I can do as much animating with this as I want. I would probably go into opacity and turn this on and off. So we'll go from 0 to 100 to 0, but we don't want it to fade. Are you ready for this? And again, I know I've talked about Illustrator, but like let's take these and let's do a toggle hold keyframe. Toggle hold keyframe. Watch what happens now. Off, on. So it goes in, off when it hits this point, and then back on. So I can copy this and paste it and just start playing with this, because now it's gonna kind of flash. And that's what I'm going for, as you can see there. Boom, boom, boom. Let me do one more for you. Nolan, thanks so much. We could have so much fun with this. I feel like rendering it out now, but I could even include the audio from the original video file. First off, let's take this. Again, pro tips. If we hold down Option, is that right? Let's select all these. There we go. Option, and then you can treat all these keyframes like a rubber band, because I'm choosing the Option key because I want it to flash more. So we could tighten all of those up like that. And then go back out, paste it. You ready for this? Go in. Maybe move these all over. And that's the level of control that I want when it comes to After Effects. And remember, this started out in Illustrator. There we are. Cool? So much fun. Guess what? We can take the original audio from that file. Here it is. Drop it in here. Notice how it has this little sound icon. Oh, we're going to include the audio. And we can kind of twirl this down. We can see the audio under waveform, right?
More similar to Emmanuel.
So right there, that's where his name is called. So we'll just cut that like that, and we'll do this. Oh, we got to turn off the video.
Emmanuel, don't do it. Emmanuel, do not do it. Emmanuel Todd Lopez. Emmanuel.
All right, so I'm done, everybody. I thought this was super fun, but it might just be me. So either way, what did we do? We started out in Illustrator, created this cool poster, decided to get Emmanuel involved by cutting him out in Photoshop and bringing it all into After Effects for a fun little animation. I don't know. Hopefully you're into this. Let me know what you think. Feel free to say hello. Again, this is Internet Inspired, where we just take some fun, I don't know, memes or quotes or whatever we find on the internet, and we have some fun with it. Hopefully you guys appreciated this. Since this is done, we can kind of dive into this last video right here, and I will get this posted as well on my social media so you can see it in its entirety and hear the audio. But let's go ahead and play this and close out with it.
Emmanuel, don't do it. Emmanuel, do not do it. Emmanuel Todd Lopez. Emmanuel.
There we are. Just having fun. Thank you, Jose. Thank you, Susan. Alexander. I think it's hilarious because I cannot get enough of this emu. I just cannot get enough of him. Too good. So, yes. Thank you so much for watching Internet Inspired. I appreciate you guys. Go out and create and show me what you have. Would love to see it. Until next time, thanks so much.